Hello friends, my name is Sumit and today I'm going to show that how we are going to create an OLX application. Basically we are going to implement some of the feature from OLX India app, and we are going to implement such a feature such as posting an ad, our posting by ad by individuals, and fetching the list of popular categories ads, and how we are going to integrate the Firebase database in this application, and that is a key point in this application. So moving forward to the contents, so contents are like we are going to firstly introduce Android Studio and our OLX application, what we are going to do in our application. So let's start with the introduction. First of all, I'm going to show you about Android Studio, that you have to go to developer.android.com/studio and download the latest version of Android Studio, which is 3.5.3, and download this Android Studio and install it. After installation, you can see this window. Now we are going to create a new project, and basically we are going to use bottom navigation in our application. So we are going to click on that and then press next. Now what is our application name? Our application name is OLX application. So OLX application language is KOTLIN. We are going to write down application in KOTLIN as, and the third, we are going to set the minimum API level. KitKat is good. Tick the project will support instant apps, and I'm going to click on finish. So it will take some time for Gradle until it's synced up. So I'm going to tell you about that. What is KOTLIN? KOTLIN is also a language like Java, and what are the benefits of KOTLIN over Java? Basically KOTLIN, most of the popular application in our Play Store have been written in the KOTLIN, like the Uber or some Zomato or Swiggy. They are all adapting the KOTLIN language now, because we have some key points here, like KOTLIN is more concise, meanwhile that there is less code in the while writing the program in KOTLIN. KOTLIN's code is safer, there is less nulls, less nulls, and we have less exceptions in the KOTLIN language. KOTLIN has better support for functional programming. It speeds up everyday development tasks, and as I tell you, reduce error and bugs in the code, shrink the increase the quality. So these are the key features of KOTLIN. So that's why we are moving forward to the KOTLIN rather than Java. So I request to the all new developers or who are going to learn Android, just go for KOTLIN rather than Java. And now we are going to back to our Android Studio, and it's syncing up. So I will show you our application now, so you can get the idea of that. So it will ask for location, and you can see this is the login screen, previous one is splash screen. So I'm going to continue with Facebook, and it's successfully logged in. So now you can see the categories, my current location there above, it's Ibiza GC Nagar, and browse categories. I can browse category mobile television. I can click on car, and I just enter the sample data here. So you can see the ad and my car ad here. The cell, we have three different things: car, mobile and television. Also what we are going to sell here, like if I am going to sell a car, fill the details with the image and it will be posted on ad. These are the my ads posted by me, and this is my profile, and I can add profile address, something, email address or something, and I can log out too. So this is basically we are going to create in our tutorial. And now moving back to Android Studio. So in Android Studio I choose bottom navigation. As you can see, already 3 bottom navigation items are implemented: home, dashboard and notification. Before starting, let me something about our app basically runs on the latest compile SDK version, which is 29, and minimum SDK is 2019, the KitKat version. We are going to use KOTLIN. It automatically implemented the plugins here. And now I'm going to show you that there is Android X. We are going to use Android X, basically an enhanced version of the libraries. Previously we are using the support libraries of Android, such as if we are going to use design, then we are writing the same number of SDK in support libraries, and support library is updated every time. Like if 28 version is coming, so support library is coming in the way. So removing that thing, that the support libraries in Android and the Google introduced with the Android X. So they put the libraries in one package, and we do not need to extend the version of the Android libraries. So this is the key feature. Also Android X, we have to know that we are going to use Android X in our project. And there is a new thing there is a navigation controller. Here you can see the navigation graph, like it is an adaptation from the Xcode, the iOS one. So Xcode is basically like Android Studio, where we write the iOS application. They adapt it from there, and basically these are the graph that which screen is going next forward to which screen, and previous screen is which one. So it will create a tree basically we are going to implement, and you can see laterally. And so these are the UI already implemented. You can see the dashboard, we are not needed that much, so I will remove that and keep it but I need it. So first of all, before starting the project, this is the main activity class, so I need to create, yeah, this is saying that you are targeting, okay, so they are saying use and targeting the built 1.8 version, and that is built with the 8.2. That's not any issue here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to create a base activity class here, new KOTLIN file and the class, and going to create a base activity. This is basically our parent activity. So whenever you start the application, basically create a base activity class for our activities file and base fragment for our fragments file. So which is basically where we write down the same code. Like if I am going to show the progress bar, so I do not need to write the code in every class. There is home class, there is login class, there is sell class, so I do not have to write the code again and again of showing progress. I will put the code in the base activity and use it in my child class, which is called inheritance, which is, we all know that, any programmer know that there is an inheritance, so we are going to inherit from that. So I'm going to create a base activity here, and this is the extend operator. So I'm going to extend it from app compat activity, and you can see now my first base activity is created. So my main activity also extended base activity. I need to make it open so it will do not make private or default constructor, so you can use it without any issue. So now next thing, I'm going to create a splash activity, new KOTLIN file, and I'm going to write down here splash activity, and I'm going to extend same as base activity class here. And now I'm going to press Ctrl O and going to override the method onCreate, which is the first method of activity lifecycle, and I'm going to set the content view here, resources dot layout dot activity splash. So naming convention is also an important key here, because any developer, if he puts the right name into the layout or into the activity, it would be easier in future for next developer or maybe for himself to recognize what activity, what layout name is that, and which would be helpful for him in the future purpose. So naming convention is important. So I'm going to create a layout here for my splash screen. So I'm going to write down here, I'm going to close some activities here. Yeah, now splash activity. So what I'm going to do is firstly add the colors of my app. So my color of app is this, so I'm going to copy and do not use any second color, but third color would be some light gray. Yeah, this one is good. So now back onto activity splash, I'm going to give background here, add my splash screen, and now I'm going to use color primary dark here as a background. Now I have to implement the text view, and so I'm going to write down the text view here. There is Android X text view also available, so I'm going to write down here enter text view and put the text here OLX. And also a request for the whoever going to write the application, do not hardcode any strings, because hardcoded strings would be difficult to manage in the later. Like if I am going to change the string for the later purpose or something like that, I have to change it in every screen. For that is a big mess for the developer. So please write down the any strings in add string XML file. You can see it here that there is a string, so write down here, just copy that what I'm going to write here, just press alt enter, then type OLX, and now it's automatically here. So now I'm going to give text color here, and text color would be white, so Android color white. Text size should be around, so also do not hard code the size also, like 32 dp, 84 dp, do not write down, put it in the dimension file as same as string file. They have their own classes, own categorized classes, so put it in that. So I'm going to write down here dimension slash dp 84, so that means I'm going to write down here 84 dp. So now my text is visible, so I'm going to put it in center and giving margin from top around at dimension 180 dp, and now you can see giving the style to bold. And now what I'm going to do, write down the next text, which is not margin from top, which is near to above text. I'm going to write down here India. So India, add string India, alt plus enter, create string India. So giving not that much size, giving text appearance, they have their own size. So style, I'm going to use large text size here. So you can see India OLX, and now I'm going to copy it, or you can select this and press Ctrl D, it automatically pasted below. So now next I'm not going to add bold, but now I'm going to give text appearance to small, not that bigger, not small but medium is good. So string is leading market, so I'm going to press alt enter here, creating a string India's leading marketplace. Marketplace is below, so I'm going to go in strings XML and going to write down the backslash and then the fourth and this to n. So now you can see marketplace is below, giving the text alignment to center so it will look good, and giving little bit margin from top here, maybe 24 dp is good. So now my splash screen is ready. So what I'm going to do is making my splash activity as a launcher activity in manifest XML file. So I'm going to write the splash activity here. I do not need the toolbar, so I'm going to use no action bar here, add style no action bar, so it will not show the action toolbar and it will show in the full screen. So now my next point is I'm going to run this application. So now I'm going to run that app and check how it looks. Yeah, it's giving some error here. I don't know why they are not. I have to specify the target, I think here, JVM target options. It is giving that by an error because I do not, but that much not needed, and it's also creating an issue here. So I'm going to write down the JVM 1.8 in build Gradle. Because I need to write down that. So this is a small issue. I have to. I don't think that is needed, but right now I don't know why they are asking for. There is maybe some issue or something like that. inside the Android tag. I'm going to write down this, and it will remove that issue. Basically, this is the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, that needed 1.8. This is, I think, the Java JVM 1.8 version needed for running the Kotlin. But this is, I think, in the new Android Studio, this is asking for that, because in the previous Android Studio it is not as much needed, that it's giving an error, because I run it without any issue. So now I'm going to run the app in my Android device, and I'm going to run that again. So it installed. So now I'm going to check that how our splash screen looks like. So this is how our splash screen looks like, and in the next video I'm going to implement the location permission in our splash screen that will enable your location and show your current location on the home screen, like our app does and the OLX app does. Thank you.